Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Coffee Break with Tanisha. So happy to see everybody. Go ahead and let me know what city and state you are checking in from. We're going to get started at the top of the hour in just under 2 minutes. Who is joining us? Let us know where you are checking in from. Welcome. It's been a while. I missed y'all last Thursday. I'm so sorry. I had a doctor's appointment that I just had to make sure that I kept, and I had to drive an hour to get there. Hey, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, if you are camera ready, I would love for you to join us on screen. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm going to share the link. For anyone who wants to join us on screen that is camera ready, just go ahead and click the link. Hey, Stormy. Come on, Stormy. Join us on screen. Welcome. Checking in from St. Croix. I love it. And Lakeisha is checking in from Texarkana, Arkansas. I know I said that wrong. She checking in from Arkansas. I can say that. I love it. Hey, Lorna. Welcome. I'm posting the link in the chat. There you go. Okay, no problem, Stormy. Hey, Shamika, checking in from Bloomington, Illinois. Y'all come on and join me on screen. Happy to see everybody. Did everybody have a great weekend? Tell me about your weekend. I want to know, what did you do this weekend to move your business forward? There we go, Lakeisha. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for joining me on screen. So happy to see you. How was your weekend? Let me take you off mute. Oh, you got it. I can't hear you. I don't know. Is your audio connected? Uh-oh, we can't hear her. So to the Facebook user, you have to join through, I'm not using Zoom. I'm using StreamYard. So you have to go through my YouTube channel. So if you desire to join me on screen, I just posted the link in the chat. Make sure your camera ready and you can join us. Hey, Amira. How are you? So what did y'all do this weekend? Anybody do anything what did you do this weekend to move your business forward? Oh, we got Bethany joining us. Hey, Bethany. How you doing? Checking in from Maryland. Can you hear me okay? There we go, Beth. So, Bethany, what have you done to move your business forward? Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. Okay. Lakeisha, are you able to speak yet? Great afternoon. Welcome. Oh, your mic isn't working. Okay. All right. So you can go ahead and type in the chat. Let me know, what have you done to move your business forward since we last spoke? What'd you do this weekend to expose your business, to grow your business? And my bigger question, and this is what I wanted to talk about today, is what are you doing, or what are some things that people can do to stay focused on their business through the holidays? Because I know, the moment Thanksgiving comes, y'all already know, the moment Thanksgiving comes, people check out. They check out the week leading into Thanksgiving because they're doing all their shopping and buying food and all of that. And then Thanksgiving comes, right? And so they got family and friends over. And so they kind of check out from there. But then it just continues to go downhill, right? And so I want to know, Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is one day. And so we got to, do our part to make sure that we are staying focused, throughout the holiday. And even though in the industry of network marketing, this tends to be the slower season, but for the people who are really, really goal driven, if you amp up your effort during this fourth quarter, you're going to see the harvest first quarter. And so I want to talk about things that you can do, that people can do to stay plugged in and to keep their business moving so that you don't lose the momentum during this month. And then you go into January in momentum, right? In momentum. So LT said, staying plugged in, give out business cards, and following up with those who have said no. That's it. Thank you for joining Virtual Coffee Break today. That was it. You nailed it, LT. That's everything. And what I would add, and Martina said staying plugged in, that's what's helping her. I love that. Amira said these holidays tried to get me. She said she literally forced herself up today. And that's what you got to do. But here's the thing that will make it even more simple. Just sticking to your calendar. Ta-da! How many times have we talked about having a weekly planner, right? And you're supposed to be putting your activity down on your planner. If you're just sticking to your calendar, you're already in motion, so you don't have to get in motion. Who wants to speak on that? Who has been sticking with their calendar during this time?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I am fabulous.
I have been sticking to my calendar. One thing I can say is, on Sundays is when I fill my calendar out. So this is my calendar. Um,
Nice.
Fill it on out. This is I love the calendar because a lot of people like to say they don't have time for stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they fill out their whole day in the calendar and they have a whole big white blank spot of time for things that they can do. So I love my calendar. I'm definitely becoming more calendar driven.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely going to be leveling it up for next year. So already in motion, so I don't have to get in motion. And so yeah, I've been sticking to my calendar, and even though I don't see immediate results sometimes, I still do the work. I just do
Mm-hmm.
it. So I'm
That's
proud
it.
of myself.
That's it. You just got to keep doing the work. It's the law of numbers will not allow you to do all this work and not see any results. It's just impossible. It's literally impossible. If you prospect X amount of people, at some point those seeds are going to harvest because it's impossible not to. And remember, it just really comes down to timing for most people. And so sticking to your calendar, and if you've been really, really bad with your calendar in 2023, Just don't let that be your same story for 2024. Start now so that coming into the new year, you're already in motion with your calendar. Christmas is one day. So if you have your calendar blank on Christmas, it's okay. Go ahead and enjoy your family. Y'all do what y'all gonna do or whatever. But December 26th, we got work to do. And then you know what happens on the 28th in our business, right? Attrition is gonna happen. So everybody needs to stick to if you stick to your calendar now, you won't have an issue. The other thing, and LT said it, staying plugged in. Don't fall off with the IMV. That should be on your calendar. Again, if you don't plug into it at 8, catch the replay. And this doesn't matter what business you're in, right? Because we're talking about network marketing as a whole. And this is why people start network marketing businesses, because everything that you need to be successful is in place, but the tools and resources only work if you work them, right? And so I want you all to be honest with yourself. You don't have to comment, but when was the last time you were on the IMV? Just ask yourself. I saw a lot of lips this morning, right? But there's some people who haven't been on in months. And so those are the people that I'm talking to. Didn't even catch the replay. Like you don't even know what the IMV is looking like now. You might not even know it's on Zoom. That's how long it's been since you've been on it. Right? Because it used to be just a phone call, right? But there's some people, they've been so checked out, they don't even realize it's on Zoom now. Right? Ask yourself, when was the last time you were on basic training? Taking notes. Right? So if you haven't been doing it in 2023, you want to make sure that you have that on your calendar to implement it for 2024. Here's another one. When was the last time you went to a weekly meeting? Oops. Don't disconnect. Don't log out. When was the last time you went to your weekly meeting? So you have to ask yourself these questions, right? And then I want you to reflect on, did you hit the goals that you set out to hit for 2023? And so I bet you there's a correlation between how you answered those questions and whether or not you hit your goal. There's always more. And it's not just those things, it's of course the prospecting, Excellent, Amira. Excellent. And again, this is what we love about the industry of network marketing, because most things are recorded. So there's no excuse. It doesn't matter what your calendar, your schedule, your work schedule looks like. Everything's recorded so you can go back. So if you haven't hit your goals in 2023, why not? And so I want to hear from everyone. Well, let me first ask this question. Has anybody on here hit their goal for 2023? I know we still got a few weeks left, but has anyone on here hit the goal that they set out for 2023? Bethany? Oh, I think she was trying to unmute and disconnected. Anybody hit their goal for 2023? You did? Okay, Stormy, talk about it. What was your goal? And what caused you to, what do you think was the biggest contributor to you hitting your goal?
My goal for 2023, because the struggles of 2022, was to hit DIT. And I did. What helped me do that was amazing coaching and duplicating and being a good follower. And then, of course, from that, becoming a good leader. So it was a series of events that got me to DIT. My goal then changed once becoming DIT. So now it's going to that 1 star. That goal I already have set for early next year, and I'm getting very close. So, and let me please, if I could go back to when you talked about the calendar, because I was having some mute problems. One of the things that was difficult for me that I found was my Achilles heel was I put everything in my calendar and then would change my calendar according to what I was doing that day. I didn't stick to my schedule. I just put it on there. So it was kind of like I wrote it and it went mute, because then I've tried to switch up thinking something else was going to be more important. And honestly, Director Burke, I found out that when I follow my calendar, even if it doesn't seem to be what I felt was most important, I realized if it was on my calendar, it's because it's important.
Right.
So, I would say if you're going to do your calendar, stick to your calendar, stick and stay. Don't change it daily to adjust unless it's an emergency.
Those are words of wisdom, Stormy. Anybody else guilty of kind of doing that? Life kind of happens and you kind of, start making your calendar reflect what you're doing instead of making the calendar be the cause of what you're doing. I think a lot of people fall into that trap, Stormy. So I'm glad you brought that up. You have to remember at the time that you're making your calendar, you have a plan. You have a goal in mind, you have a plan, and you're putting the steps on the calendar to achieve the goal. So if you start ignoring the calendar and just doing whatever you feel you need to do at the time, don't be mad if you don't hit the goal. Right? Because there's no plan there. So you can't be mad if you don't hit the goal. So if you truly, truly want to hit your goal, remember, you took time to plan out your calendar, right? You have it broken down, should have it broken down. How many people am I going to prospect a week? How many three-way calls am I going to get scheduled a week? Right? Remember, we can't control the signups. So we're not looking at that, right? But the exposures are 100% within our control. 100%. How many people you prospect is 100% within your control. Doesn't matter where you live. Doesn't matter how small your warm market is. Doesn't matter whether your friends or family support you or not, because we have social media. And when you have access to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, there's so many social media platforms. There is no excuse to not hit your weekly prospecting goal. There is no excuse to not grow your list. There just isn't. And none of you are hermits, so you are leaving your house. So that's just another way of, meeting people. You're going in retail stores, you're buying groceries, you go to work. So those of you who work, have a job still, there's everybody at your job. Have you prospected them yet? And I get it. I already hear it. Oh, I can't talk about my business at my job. I get it. So what's the workaround? Find them on Facebook. Find your coworkers on whatever social media platform you're on, so you can start attracting them. And if you're doing what you're supposed to do on social media, they'll be reaching out to you. Say, Bethany, they're gonna catch you in the bathroom. Bethany, I saw you. Can you tell me? Right? That's what's gonna happen. So again, for those of you who have jobs where you really, it's corporate. You can't go around, having these conversations with your coworkers. All you got to do is find them on social media and connect with them. You ain't got to peek them right away. Let them kind of see what you're doing. Attract them to you. And if you start talking about 2024 goals right now and start doing posts asking people, what are your goals for 2024? Anybody got a goal to make some more money? Anybody got a goal to travel more? Anybody got a goal to get out of debt, pay off the student loan? People are going to start commenting on those posts. You add them to your list and then you go prospect them. Thank you for responding to my post. I saw you had a goal to finally pay off that student loan debt. What if I could show you a way to make some extra money to help you do that sooner than later? Is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Boom, done. Prospected. What they gonna say? No. You offering to show them help on how they can pay off their student loan sooner than later? You think they're gonna say no to at least taking a look at it? Who would say no to that? Not anybody with common sense. Right? Oh, you have a goal to, travel more because you haven't been on vacation in 5 years, to do a family vacation. If I could show you a way to, make some extra money to help bring that goal to life, is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Some people have a goal to be a full-time entrepreneur. We got that. Some people have a goal to do, family planning so they can set their family up and leave a legacy. Guess what? We got that. Some people have a goal to bring in an additional stream of income. We got that. For 2024, I want everyone to think outside the box. Because I'm finding sometimes the business gets stale. Right? Sometimes it seems like you're talking to the same people over and over and over again. Right? And that's common in network marketing. Right? It is what it is. So the question is, what can you do differently? I like what Amira said. She said, go to lunch with them, make friends. I love that. I love meeting new people and say, let's meet at Panera. Let's take this offline and meet at Panera. Let's go to lunch. You got to eat anyway. Why not eat with a new friend? Doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money, but you do have to invest back into your business. All right. So what are some ways that you're investing back into your business? The other thing is, I want people to also look at other ways that you can expand what you're doing to reach more people. And we talked about this on a coffee break. I like what you said, Kay. She said, think as if there is no box. I like that. I love that. Yes, think as if there is no box, right? But I want you, we talked about this on one of the coffee breaks before, about whatever social media platforms you're on, find another one to join that's not saturated with people from your company. Right? We use Facebook a lot for communicating within our business, right? And probably a lot of other businesses do too. But think about some of those other platforms that are not saturated with your company, where you could be one of the first to set up that group, right? That grows to hundreds and then thousands of people on a different platform. And take everything that you've learned from Facebook and you just incorporate it over there. And now that platform's not saturated, so now you have more eyeballs looking at what you do, right? Someone just sent me while I was gone. Let me see, what's the name of this? This is more of a networking or referral platform. It's called Alignable. Does that sound like it? Okay, yeah, that's it. Shamika said yes. Right? So someone sent me a connection on that, and I'm like, okay, what is this? What is this? Right? And so, I'm checking it out. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get prospects. It's more like a referral thing, right? Get some people in your network that you can refer. But I'm going to find a way to maximize that to my benefit, even if it's just promoting my travel agency business, even if I just use it for that, which is what I'm doing now. But who knows? There may be a way for me to turn that into a platform where I'm also able to prospect. It's called Alignable, right? Shamika, is that the name of it? You're on it too,
Yeah.
Stormy? How long you been on it, Shamika?
I've been on it for almost a year now. Natisha told me about it a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, Alignable. Alignable is the name of it. So yeah, I have my whole profile set up on there as a luxury travel advisor, right? So I may or may, and there's other agents on there, but guess what? It kind of puts you in a position where, like, someone gave me a recommendation saying, when they're overbooked and they need to refer their clients, they refer them to me. So I was like, oh, I got a recommendation. I don't know how to give one back. I'm gonna figure it out, but you know, it's still yes, that's it. Facebook user. That's what it's called. Alignable. Um, so yeah, so I want anybody working on a new platform outside of Facebook to grow their business, to reach more prospects or clients. Anybody?
Well, I'm doing TikTok more.
Okay. And how are you? Are you on there to grow business partners or clients or both? How are you leveraging TikTok to grow your business?
Both. So I'm doing a little bit of everything on there. I'm showing my personality, so I'm dancing, I'm singing. I do have like peak interest videos where I created a video on Canva. I've done that several times. I've done like hotel stay, like little videos of when I stayed at a hotel. Even from my birthday trip that I just went to in sunny Isles Beach, Florida, I did like a travel video to that. So it's different kinds of marketing strategies that I have. So I'm just doing a little bit of everything to fill my audience out. But I definitely peak interest. I do have trips,
Mhm.
videos of trips that I put together. So it's pretty much an array of things on
Good.
TikTok.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else?
I'm using the Nextdoor app a lot more in the last couple of months or so, and I'm getting some traction there. Nobody's committed to anything yet, but I'm seeing some interaction a lot the last couple of weeks, especially. So that's been working out for me.
So what are you doing on there exactly?
So I think every Nextdoor area is a little bit different because I hear other places are really primarily for like the neighborhood and community type of things, but the one that I'm in it has become a lot like Facebook, where you can just post whatever you want to in there, not so much about the neighborhood. So whatever I post on Facebook, I usually post in that app as well. It's prospecting, is the travel side, is just it's personality, it's positivity, it's an array of things as well, just to kind of get some engagement there. The conversation started.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Good job, Bethany. I wish mine was you could kind of do anything. They I got my I mean I think it's I don't know if it's AI that's checking certain. I remember doing just a good morning post and they slammed me for that. It
Oh
got
wow.
yeah, it got flagged or whatever. And
Mhm.
of course I appeal it. I'm like, seriously, I can't say good morning. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, they ended up reversing it, but yeah, I'm glad that yours is a little bit more open.
Yeah.
I actually had a whole training video on Nextdoor. Did you watch that
Mhm.
one?
I did. I was there for that. Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
was on for that. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and this works with really pretty much any new platform. You can use this technique. This is what I'm doing on Nextdoor. Is what on Nextdoor you could wait. Notice Facebook has the wave thing too. Y'all notice that? I like that because then you can kind of see who's acknowledging your friend request. But on Nextdoor, you can send a wave once you connect with someone, and then they can wave back. Once I get those two waves in, like, okay, I wave to you, you wave to me, then I introduce myself. And I tell, and remember, this is Nextdoor, so it is about your neighborhood and your community. So, I talk about, my family and how long we, been living here. We just moved here, built a house here, we love it here, those sort of things. And then I talk about, what I do. Like if you have any hobbies, if you have any pets, you want to share that. And I, let them know what I do. That, I'm full-time entrepreneur. I work from home and I help people who want to earn extra income, start their own home-based business, and travel. I also help people plan their vacations. If you're interested in learning more about what I do, here's a link. And then at the bottom, got to put that call to action. What do you do? And that is what I do with every single person I connect with on Nextdoor, because I need everybody on Nextdoor to know I have a business opportunity. And if at any point you're ever interested, here's the link. I automatically include the link in part of my introduction. And then I'm asking them what they do. And I want more information about what they do. If they say they're a landscaper, I say, do you have a website? I may know someone who could, or I might at some point need to switch landscapers. I want to know what you do. Right? There's painters, there's photographers, this is your neighborhood. You want to know what people do because you may be able to leverage their services to further build rapport with them. Right? Let's say you meet someone on Nextdoor who is a photographer. Well, we're all talking about having professional photos. Maybe you ask them, how much would you charge me to do a professional photo shoot? I need to have some, more professional photos of myself. Right? You may meet a caterer or something, or a chef or something, right? And maybe you want to create a team builder in 2024 for your team, where you have some team members over, y'all are doing, maybe y'all do a virtual dream maker together, right? Where you have everybody over and you do the dream maker event together or something like that. And then you have your caterer, cater that meal.
Sounds like a plan. I wanted to share with you about, I haven't had much success with my next door. They seem kind of I don't know, bully. They're like big bullies on that app because every time somebody puts something on there about an opportunity, they say, "Oh, it's a scam," and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth with people on virtual about what they don't know. But what I've decided to do is
Well,
based
this
on
is
your.
in with the next door. Here's the thing. The
Mhm.
part that I'm talking about is in the private message with the person, not on the
Oh, right,
page.
right, right. I get that because that's what I was going to say. That I get more when it's just the private person doing it. When I do other apps, but I'm not. I did that one time and it was it was like a big fiasco. And then one of my neighbors said, "Hey, she's legit. I know her. I've been to her presentation. It's legit." But they had a whole big conversation. But so that's why I said I just left that alone and just deal with people individually. But what
Mhm.
I've done based on what you were telling us about Halloween, Christmas is here. And I usually do this once I always go away for Christmas and I always give my immediate neighbors Christmas cookies because I know those are the ones that are watching my home. So I
Mhm.
expanded it this year and just gave Christmas cookies with everybody and included my business card and my Peak card, saying Merry Christmas from Amazing K, your neighbor, and um, just the way to do that and doing that because my granddaughter and I we made them and then we went and did it. Not were we just gonna go up to people's houses? I'm like, yep, that's how you meet people. Go up to their houses and knock on their door. Well, you think we're gonna throw them to the curb and throw them? So, but in doing that, we had a new neighbor that just moved in like 2 months ago, and I've been meaning to get to her, but I hadn't. So on Sunday when we were passing out our cookies, I mean, it was awesome. I believe I have not only a new neighbor, a new friend, a new potential business partner because
Nice.
she's working 2 jobs already. She's got 4 kids. Her husband just passed. That's why they had to move, and they're moving here to this neighborhood. She's just doing everything, and she's so personable. She's doing hair on the side. She's got 2 jobs that she actually goes to, and she's open. She's open, and she's very
Excellent.
personal. She had us coming her out. We didn't know us from who shot Sam. Oh yeah, you can come on in because we heard the dogs. So you have dog, my granddaughters. Yeah, the dogs are friendly. She had a big teenager, uh, like a 8-year-old, and 2 little ones, like a 3 and a 2-year-old.
Oh,
So
wow. You got a
she
lot going on.
she had a lot going on. I'm like, yeah, I said, yeah, yeah. Look at that video on the back. Look at that on the video on the back of that card, and get
Mhm.
back with me.
That's good. That's good. That's good, Kay. Again, it's all about putting yourself out there to meet people. Just make a new friend. Don't worry about the business partner part. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be, right? But can y'all just make some friends? Remember how you used to do in kindergarten? You had to put your kindergarten hat on where you had no fear and you would just, if they on the swing, you get on the swing. You push them, they push you. Like, just make some new friends, right? But definitely think out the box. But
But
getting back to, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Can I just say one more thing? That's just like what they were talking about on the IMD this morning about establishing a relationship. The
Mhm.
relationship comes first, and that's what we're doing. That, and I did want to say what I put in about reconnecting with people because today, as you all know, I'm the national ambassador of the national holiday. Today's holiday is National Dingaling Day. Now you're probably
What's
like,
the
what in the
ding-a-ling?
world? What's a dingaling? Right. Well, it's talking about dingaling ringing on the phone
Well,
because
why couldn't they say ring-a-ling?
I know ringaling exactly
Somebody got
because
a warped mind.
it's it's the I guess to catch your attention. It's a conversation starter. What's a ding-a-ling? Well, I'm giving you a ring, a ding-a-ling on the phone to reconnect. The whole day is about reconnecting with people that you haven't connected with in a long time. I'm like, wow, this is for the entrepreneurs. That's what this holiday is for. Yeah, because we were just talking about it today on IMV about establishing relationships, and making those connections. So yeah, this is the holiday. You can call and say, hey, it's the holiday. Just wanted to give a will call, haven't talked to you in a while. And because it's National Dealing Day, and that's going to have a
Don't say
conversation.
ding-a-ling, y'all.
But
Please
that's
don't.
what it says.
I don't care what they say. Don't y'all
Right.
say that.
But just say ring-a-ling. You can change it to ring-a-ling day. But that's what it's for, to reconnect with people you haven't talked to. And think about how many people you haven't talked to that probably don't even know you're in business or still in business.
Mhm.
So take
Mhm.
advantage of that holiday and call it what you want.
Yeah, come up with something. I'm not saying ding-a-ling. Don't say ding-a-ling. But I will say this. Usually at the end of the year, around now, is when I go back to my mobile app. And I go all the way back to the very first person that's in my mobile app. And I send them a message. And let me see if I can pull it up and share with you one of the messages. And it's the same message that I do every year. I could probably just go to my notes. That's probably going to be the best. But let me just go to the last person. Let's see. Ah, So, hi, so and so. I always introduce myself. This is Tanisha Berg. How are you doing? I hope this message finds you well and in good health. It's been a while, but last time we spoke, you expressed interest in the travel business as a way to earn some extra income. And back then, it may not have been a good time for you. With the new year coming up, I thought I'd reach out to see if now was a better time for you to revisit the opportunity. Here's a quick 10-minute video to refresh your memory about the opportunity and let me know if you're interested or not. I do that every year. Every year around in December, I do that. Sometimes I do it in November. And I just go through every single person in my mobile app. So if you have, it doesn't have to, you definitely want to catch the people in your mobile app. Some of you may not have been consistent with using the mobile app and you might be using some other method. Maybe you have a spreadsheet or something, or you have some way you have your Facebook Messenger organized. You go back to everybody that you have made contact with, whether you sent them preview videos, whether you invited them to a webinar, somebody who had said yes to taking a look, but for whatever reason didn't make it all the way to the sign up. Maybe you got to the P, but you couldn't get to the S. Right? Maybe you got to the S, but you couldn't get to the three-way call with them. Maybe you got to the three-way call, they gave you a date to sign up, it never happened because life happened. Whatever that is, you want to go back to those people. All right. Let me see. Can I share that in the chat? Where did I find that? Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up and share it. But you know, I want y'all to tweak it and make it your own. Because that's important. No, it's not gonna let me do that there. Let me check something else. But what do you guys think of that?
I like
Anybody?
that.
Yeah, I like that. That's reconnecting in the third power.
Let me see.
And it's not pushy. It's just like you just again just a light touch with them again, just to put you back on their radar, so to speak. If they're not interested yet, or then maybe they are now, or will be in the future soon.
Right. Okay, I have it. I'm gonna post it in the chat. And again, you all just, you know, I want you to tweak this message just in case we end up peaking the same person. You don't ever want it to sound canned. And the other thing that I like about doing this, and this is another reason why I like using the mobile app, even if you don't use the mobile app, which I don't know why you wouldn't, it's important that you keep notes on your interaction with the person. Very, very important to keep notes. So for example, I was looking at my message, and the last time when I sent a particular prospect a message, they responded to me that their mom had just passed away. Right. So when I reach back out, you know, I'm going to acknowledge that. You know, I don't want them to think like, oh, I just sent this message to everybody and it wasn't. So what I'm saying is personalize the message. Very important that you personalize the message with enough information that you know from the people. Yeah. Any questions or comments about that?
I don't see it in the chat here in the studio. Is it on the YouTube chat or the how do we see it?
Yeah, where is it, y'all? Who sees it?
Do
I
anybody else
saw,
in the
but I'm not
studio
sure where
see
it
it?
is. I
It
think
might.
it's on the YouTube.
I
I think
believe
the
it might
YouTube
be on
chat.
YouTube.
Oh, I have to go on YouTube.
Through the YouTube chat?
Cool.
Yeah. So again, you just want to, personalize the message to the people that you're sending it to. And again, based on whatever your interaction was with them before. But the general gist is, hey, this is so and so. Again, always reintroduce your first and last name because they may have gotten a new phone. But the general gist, right? They've gotten a new phone and lost their contacts. That ever happened to anybody? Right? So reintroduce yourself and what you do and what the last conversation was about. And just, say you're reaching out, New Year's coming, just want to check in and see if they were, open to taking a look again. And then again, I automatically include the big picture video so that they can refresh their memory because they're not going to remember, especially if it's been a whole year. They're not going to remember. And I want to eliminate the back and forth as much as possible because my goal is to get them on a 3-way call, not to do the back and forth with the text messaging or messenger. This is me. This is what I do. You were interested. May not have been a good time. It's new, with the new year coming up. I figure I'd reach out to see if you were open to taking a look again. Here's the video. If you're interested, let me know. If you have an online calendar, include that. Here's a 10-minute video. If you're interested, here's a link to schedule an appointment on my calendar to discuss further. Give them everything they need is basically what I'm trying to say. All right. So you can eliminate, too much of the back and forth as much as possible. Does that make sense? Any questions on that?
Makes sense.
Yeah, Amira, I'll post it in Team Lux. I'll post it in the post of this that I was doing this today. It'll be there. Anybody else? Question? Who's gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it.
I do it.
I am.
I do it all
I'm
the time
definitely
anyway.
gonna do it.
Good.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say too that I've done this with following the 25 days that Director Graham has out there. One of the plays was the "I Want You Back" script for previous business partners. So I put all their names up on my whiteboard and I was like, dang, if I had them, all at one time, man, look. But I got some no's, I got some not right nows, I got some yeses. I got some no, I didn't like how y'all took care of me last time. But she couldn't tell me why. I don't know, but yeah, so I definitely did that with some business partners as well because life happens to them too. So not just reaching out to them with business all the time, but just building those relationships with them too. Even if y'all may have talked a year ago, 6 months ago, things change. So to check up on them and to really just a wellness check. I always use a wellness check. Even with prospects, when I'm saying this just a wellness check, they 9 times out of 10 they're gonna bring up the opportunity before I even do it. They be like, "Girl, I ain't forget. I'm still interested," and I be like, "Okay." But yeah, and then another thing I want to say too with those 3-way calls. If you had a 3-way call with your prospect before, taking those notes, even doing the 3-way call, and then for some reason that person didn't sign up or whatever. When you contact them again, you can bring up some of those points like, hey, I remember you was telling my coach da 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 this, and they be like, dang, you remember that? You be like, no, my calendar and my notebook remember, but yeah, girl, I remember.
Absolutely. You definitely want to get in the habit. And Shamika, if you could post the welcome, I want you back script in Team Lux under where I posted that we were doing this today, virtual, the announcement to get on virtual coffee break today, that would be great. And I'll go in and put my script there as well. And anybody, if you have a script that you're using for the end of the year, something like that, go ahead and post it in in our Team Lux Platinum chat under the post that I did this morning for virtual coffee break. So, everyone can go back and get it. But yeah, it's just so important. This it's called building rapport. That's all it is. It's just called building rapport. So you have your script for the people who, you've been out of touch with, who never signed up. Shamika's going to help you with a script for, I want you back, right? The wellness check script, just checking in to see how you're doing. And a lot of times, remember as well, a lot of times these people, they've been following you. So it's not like they don't know you anymore. You know what I mean? Unless they totally fell off of Facebook, or social media, they've been following you. They see what's going on. The question is, what are you showing them? That's good. Yes. Follow up Friday. Start with a non-business conversation. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. But yes, please get in the habit of taking notes with your prospects. I used to be horrible at that, but just like with any customer service business, right? If you call into your cell phone company, they got notes from the last time you called in and what, why you called in and, what was the outcome? What was the reason for the call and what was the outcome? And so we got to get into the same habit of doing that as well with our business. Remember, treat your business like a business and it'll pay you like a business. And also remember too, the fortune is in the follow-up, right? And so if your follow-up game was not as strong in 2023, Lakeisha, I saw your face. So she was saying, ouch. If your follow-up game wasn't strong in 2023, fix that. You got 2 weeks to fix it and put something in place. You're welcome, Shamika. I want everyone to do better in 2024. Don't beat yourself up that you didn't hit your goal. I didn't hit my goal. My husband didn't hit his goal. I got a lot of people who didn't hit their goals in 2023. And let me say this, all of it is not you. There's other factors. There's never just one factor for why you didn't hit your goal. It's usually multiple things, circumstances. But you are definitely at the top, but there's always other things that contribute to us not hitting our goals. So don't beat yourself up over it. Acknowledge, be accountable for what you didn't do, right? Be accountable for that. But the work comes in, okay, what can I do differently going forward so that this is not my story in 2024? Right? Because every day we should be learning and growing. Every day. Learning and growing, getting better and better and better. So again, getting back to what Kay said, and I love that, there is no box. So what other things can you do? Be innovative. This technology now, I can tell you the top people in network marketing are leveraging technology. So what type of tech are you using? And I'm not saying, anything that you got to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on. But at where you are, is there some tech that you can invest in? And yes, it's going to cost some money. These things aren't free. This is a business. But are there some things that you can invest in at your level? Maybe you go from, let me give you an example. When I talk about investing in tech, meaning technology to help grow your business. Maybe for 2023, you've been using the free version of Canva. Well, in 2024, can we invest in the paid version? Maybe in 2023, you've been using the free Zoom that gives you 40 minutes. Well, maybe in 2024, can we invest in the paid version? It's $15. And now you can do longer presentations that have maybe Q&A. Now you're not so fast to get off after the presentation because you know your Zoom is going to cut off, right? But if you got the $15 a month paid version, now you can add Q&A at the end of your presentations, right? You can do more things. You can do the raffle, or whatever you're doing. You have more time. Maybe you can get more, some testimonials then, because you're not stopping at 35 minutes. You can invite a couple of hey, business partner, I'm doing my Zoom presentation, do you mind coming in the last 10 minutes? I'd love to call on you to do a testimonial. Well, guess what? You can't do that if you got the 40-minute version, free version of Zoom. You're gonna need some extra time, right? So when it comes to investing in tech to grow your business, it could be down to 2 figures all the way to 6 figures, right? 5 figures, 4 figures, and everything in between, literally. So I want to meet you where you are, but I'm just saying you can't expect to get to the top without investing back into your business. And investing back into your business also includes showing up to the meetings, going to the events. It's an investment. It's an investment for me to drive to Atlanta, pay for the blackout ticket. Then I got to pay for the hotel. Then I got to pay to eat. It's an investment into my business. But if I plan to be the first millionaire in my family, that's going to come out of, there's a price to pay. I'm willing to pay the price. The question is, are you? Closing comments. I want to hear takeaways from today. I'm going to start with you, Kay. What is your biggest takeaway from today's virtual coffee break with Tanisha?
My biggest takeaway is to get that calendar going no matter what, and to not, go into 2024 the way I came into 23 or left 23, doing something different, thinking as if there is no box. Not that was something that stuck with me for a while. We had a director, a supervisor on my job one day. She was talking to us when I was a teacher. We had to come up with some big program, and she was saying, I want y'all to think outside of the box. No, don't think outside of the box. Think as if there is no box. So what she was saying was the sky was the limit,
Right.
whatever it took to get it done, she wanted us to do it. So I take that with my business, because with this business, there is no limit. This business, we can do almost anything within compliance, but to make sure that we're letting people know that how awesome this business is. This is so awesome. So if we treat it how awesome it is, and think all of these different platforms that you were saying, and all the different ways of meeting people, and making sure that we get our information out there. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I took away. Thank you.
Thank you. Bethany, your biggest takeaway from today's session?
Actually, a couple of them. One, I forgot who it was a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned about the planner that I think it was Brian Carruthers has. I ordered that myself, and that thing, that is amazing planner. I've passed on to my team as well to purchase that, but I'm gonna start filling it out. I haven't done it yet because I'm afraid to put things in there, because I like it to erase or cross out whatever. I'm gonna stick to what I put in there. If it changes, it changes. But I also did not reach my goal for this year. My goal, well, I did reach one, but my second goal was to become gold before the end of the year. Yes, that's it, exactly. And I have 2 weeks left to get to gold, and I'm still pushing hard to get that. I've got people in the pipeline just waiting for them to say yes. So I'm going to go harder with that in the next 2 weeks. Yep.
Good. Lakeisha?
Ooh-wee. A lot. Go
Okay.
harder. Go harder for myself and for my business going into 2024. Definitely get back to that calendar. Whew, yes, I have to. I have my 2024 calendar already. I've already started putting dates in. I know there was a Dallas date. I'm going to try. I'm not, let me not even say the word. I have for 2024 to get to the Dallas meeting since it's 3 hours from me, and more, and get to those events. And thinking outside the box. Because I remember you said something about joining Toastmasters. So I'm looking at
Mhm.
local clubs to become a part of and expand my network.
Excellent, excellent. I love it. And Shamika.
My takeaway is stay in motion, so you don't have to get in motion. And my motto for this year and the coming years is stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready.
Part, that part, that part. And for me, my mindset right now is I need to invest in my business more. If I want to, I want to be able to scale my business. I want to be able to grow my business. And one thing, and I kind of keep in mind, because I pay attention to the things that Mr. Bradley has done with this business. And I remember even early on, I think it was maybe our second year in business, and he went and purchased his own server in preparation for us hitting 100,000, because he realized what he had was not going to work for as we grow. And so early on, way before we even had tens of thousands of people, I remember he purchased a server so that when the people came, we were already set up. And he's always thinking ahead. And I go back to the book, Top 10 Distinctions Between Millionaires and the Middle Class, right? Wealthy people plan decade to decade. So years before we needed a server, he got the server. And so I said, Tanisha, you have to think the same way. You have to start putting tech and processes in place for the abundance that's going to come. I'm already projecting and manifesting the tens of thousands of people that are going to join my business in 2024. And so I want to have systems and tech in place to be able to provide them a great experience. And so whether that's, again, paid version of Canva so that I can have access to those pro templates and not just the basic templates, right? Whether it's, generating a welcome email that everybody gets that joins my organization, having that ready to go out. Right? Whether it's identifying maybe some other resources that are going on that I'm not leveraging because I don't know about it. This ambassador is doing this training or something, being in the know of all the resources that are going on so that I can leverage those things. Right? So that's where my head is at. I like that. Going into 2024 with a bang, plan ahead, because that's what millionaires do. Exactly. So thank you all for joining me for Virtual Coffee Break with Tanisha today. And we will be back on Thursday. Everybody, make it a great day.
Bye. Thanks for you, Director Burke.